I see you looking at this video. I see you thinking she just copied off of Lindsay's scribbles, didn't she? Yes.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel and I do all sorts of planner and stationery stuff here on the YouTubes. And today we're going to be doing a full flip through of my 2022 Hobonichi Weeks, which I have here in this lovely planner vintage cover. 2022 was a huge year of experimentation for me. I planner hopped a lot, but I was pretty consistent in the weeks when I was in the weeks. So I'm excited to show you front to back what that looked like. Let's go over to the flat lay so you can take a look.
So first things first, I had this planner for almost all year. There were a few months in the middle of the planner, and I'll show you those when we get there. A few months where I didn't use this planner. I was back in a Hobonichi cousin phase. Holler if you've ever had a Hobonichi cousin phase in the comments. Most of that time I was in this planner using this cover, which is a Moterm cover. It's the color Oatmeal, I think is called. If I'm messing that up, someone will let me know down in the comments. Generally, I love the Moterm cover, but I wanted to experiment for 2023 with a cover that could hold 2 Hobonichi Weeks, so I purchased this from Planner Vintage on Etsy, and I love this cover. I think it's amazing. Right now, I actually just have my weeks and then my sticker book in here. I don't have the 2 books that I have been using lately, but I'll leave the 2-book system up in the cards so you can kind of get an idea of how I was using this cover in comparison to like a normal traditional 1-book cover. But for the purposes of this video, I'm actually going to take the Hobonichi Weeks out of the cover and flip through it that way. I also usually carry around this little sticker booklet with me, which I've talked about a lot. This is a Hobonichi photo album sticker or photo album booklet, and I've just like shoved a ton of stickers in here. As you can see, I really need like my planner supplies on the go. So all year I've had this filled with a variety of different stickers, and then just this one pen, which is a multi-pen. It has 5 different types of pens, or rather 4 different colors of pens, and then 1 mechanical pencil. This part is a little eraser up here. And then these are all uni ball jet streams in 0.5, the same kind of pen that Hobonichi gives you when you purchase from them. But this pen body is something that I got off of Jet Pens. So these were my main accessories for the year. I'm gonna put them off to the side. And let's get into the Hobonichi Weeks itself. As you can see, this is a Hobonichi Weeks Mega that I got for 2022. This is the sneaker edition, and I really beat up this cover. I trimmed it down to fit in various covers. I used it like a traveler's notebook insert and looped the cover around, which is why this is all busted down here. But I'm not really too concerned about it. You know, I used my planner and it looks used, and that is cool with me. In terms of tabs up here at the top, I have a year, month, and week tab, as well as notes tabs. I barely ever used these. I will not be adding these in 2023. I barely ever used them. It was like nice, I guess, but it was just not how I navigated the planner at all. And then down at the bottom, let me tell you, man, thumb tabs, it's the way to freaking live, guys. This was my monthly, my weekly, and my notes, wherever I was in my notes, and I can just like and like open up to the month. It's awesome. So when you open up the planner, it has this Hobonichi sort of backsplash here, and I just stuck a couple of stickers to the planner, just saying like tasks and a little laptop sticker. And then this is the pocket that comes with your Hobonichi Weeks that you can stick anywhere. So I just stuck it to the front here. And these are some business cards. There's a old Caffeine and Paper Co. one. She's now called Sweet Freckle Design. And this Hello Sunshine one as well from Sunshine Sticker Co. I just stuck them there to keep them there, I guess. These little like tab things that you see, or not tabs, but like page markers, I got them from Jet Pens. I'll leave them down below, but I just marked off this tab. I don't care for this page. And so instead of gluing it down, I just like clipped it into place. And that also made it easier for me to flip to this year at a glance page when I needed to reference it, because I didn't have to like, I wasn't like flipping here and then flipping 2 pages to get here. I just flipped here. I set this up at the beginning of the year thinking that this planner would be my like all-in-one planner when I got started. And I think it looks really pretty. I think it looks really cute. I sort of marked off the months with tombos indicating the season. I am trying to live a very seasonal life, so to speak. So like just be aware of the seasons and the changes around me. Even though I live in Southern California, I still think it's important to try to notice those things, because like we do have seasonal elements that come here, you know, different pollens that are in the air, different things that are in season. It's very subtle, not like at all what else happens in other parts of the country and the world, but we do have slight changes, and so I wanted to start noticing those things. So you can see I have marked out the seasons. I just have this sticker from like somewhere that I got on Etsy. I thought it matched really well with the colors. And then this is a print of a wheel of the year, like the Wiccan wheel of the year, which I sort of use spiritually to also mark the passage of time. And then the moon phases for this year, the new moons are marked in black, and then the full moons are marked in this like gray moon color, and the sign that the moon is in is depicted on the moon itself, which is really cool. I always end up finding myself Googling like, what sign is the moon in today? Where is the moon in the sky? And this is just helpful to have as a cheat sheet. And I just sort of decorated it with some spiritual stickers. I love this thread, but unfortunately I did not reference it very much. I think it's just like a pretty and fun thing for me to do to like christen my planner, which I'll probably do in some form again next year. This is the year at a glance spread, which I tried to use as a movement and weight tracker. I was trying to track my weight up here and my movement down here. And I really want to do that again next year, even though it completely failed this year, because I really want to make one of the 2 Hobonichi Weeks I got for 2023. I want to make it into a health tracker or health journal of some kind. So I really want to try this again, and hopefully it'll be a little bit better because I'll be doing a little bit more and it will get tracked and stuff like that. One thing I know about habit trackers in me is that they don't work unless I can verify the information somewhere else. So I really like the idea of paper trackers when I can use it to display the data that I am reading in a way that is helpful and helps me spot patterns. So what this is not going to be is the only place I track my movement and weight. I have apps for that on my phone, but this is going to be the place where I lay it out and I can see on a month-to-month basis, you know, am I doing stuff more in the beginning of the month or at the end of the month, or do I fall off in the middle, or am I doing stuff a lot on weekends but not during the week? Like, that's the kind of patterns that I want to be able to see that my app does not allow me to see. At least I haven't figured out how to use it to allow me to see that yet. So that's kind of going to be what I'm going to do for this next year. But as you can see, when it's the only place I rely on to track something, I just don't end up tracking it because I fall off for a few days and then I'm like, well, might as well give up forever for like the whole year. So yeah, I can't be the only place that I track things, but I am going to try to use this next year in some capacity. Then we have the months. The months in this planner are really random. I've sort of decorated this here and here very similarly. You can see I try to do habits, and again, you'll see habit trackers over and over in this journal, and they just continue to fail no matter how many intentions I set them up with. But I started off the year just kind of decorating the months casually with some sticker sheets. I had switched to like a pen only one here, again pen only, and this was basically just future planning at this point. I wasn't really coming back to this page and referencing it. And then I completely fell off. So like I said at the beginning of the video, I did fall off some months. About March, I got like way into the Hobonichi cousin again. I bought a spring cousin and I was in that for April, May. Yeah, March, April, May, something like that. I was in that for some months. And so this was just me, like, anytime I came into this planner, just like kind of scribbling around. I got back into the Hobonichi Weeks in June because I needed a place that was more focused and small to finish out my graduate school degree, which I completed in August. So I needed something small, and this was it. I really like the way that this month turned out. I just sort of decorated it and forward planned it. Not a ton of crazy stuff, but it looks really cute. And then we're back to like just basic pen. I really didn't get a handle on my months until September when I started using this for what I call the distraction method at work. And if you want to see more about that, you can check out my video. I'll leave it up in the cards. But basically, the distraction method is just something that I developed for my specific style of work that helps me track my priorities and see where I'm getting off track during the what we have, which are called sprints. So I started doing that in September and I really like it. I didn't have a lot of distractions in October, or everything was accounted for, just a little bit down here, which is good. And then we're in November right now. Last week was good, and I still have to set up we're in this week of November right now, and I still have to set this up. So that's why it's blank. And then December, I'm not going to be in this planner for December. I'm going to be moving into the new 2023 Hobonichi Weeks that I have. The Hobonichi Weeks also gives you through March, but I never use these pages for the following year. So maybe I'll think of something fun to do with them, but probably not. Then we get into the meat and potatoes of the planner, which is the weekly section. And this is why I love this planner. I love this little weekly. It's so versatile. But you'll see that I kind of follow like a similar pattern week to week. So I typically have events on this side, my priorities on this side, some sort of memory keeping here, and then general notes here. And I play with that a little bit, but it's generally it looks like that. And this was working super well for me in the beginning of the year. So this started in December of last year. And I am just laying down stickers, doing little doodles, taking notes. And then what happens is the last couple weeks of December and the first few weeks of January, I was in Rome. So this became sort of a travel journal, and I have tipped in just a tremendous amount of stuff. This was really fun to do and to take around with me, but also the Hobonichi Weeks is a little bit small for tipping in like really thick pieces of paper like cardstock train tickets and stuff like that. But it was really good for just sort of micro journaling. So I had bought this tiny calendar in Rome and ended up like cutting out little pieces of it and sticking it in. And this was like super thick. Like, I don't know if you can see the way the page turns. Those do not bend the way that the paper does. Anyways, I just ended up tipping in a bunch of different things. This is from the John Keats Shelley house in Rome, which was like so cool to see. I just picked up random little like, tickets from everything we went to and cards from churches. This is like one of those free cards that they give you at a church. I stuck in like stickers for the holidays. We were there over Christmas. It was really, really fun to just see everything. This was a fun spread to do because we went to all of these things this week, and I just sort of got to like lay them out next to when we went to them, which was cool. And then this was a week that we returned. So these were my tickets, which was fun, as well as like the last sort of museum that we went to. Then we're back. So we're back in my work and personal situation. Again, another habit tracker that just failed. At this point, I was kind of losing enthusiasm for this, I think. So I wasn't in it every single day. Another habit tracker then failed. You can see I tried to track meals here, which I have a lot of success tracking meals normally, but it just didn't work for me. There worked for me here. Yeah, another tracker that did not work. Not my circus, not my monkeys. I don't know what was going on that day, but I was like not into it. Yeah, this is where I really started to lose enthusiasm. So you can see this is pretty much blank. And then I wanted to try a sticker set because I'd seen so many people use them. So I just grabbed this one from the Coffee Monsters Co. in the order I placed with her in March, and I set it up and then didn't use it at all. So that taught me a lot. I'm not interested in using a sticker set in this way in this planner, and that was very useful information. But I did stop using this, and you can see I just wrote here, stopped using this planner about here because I got so hungry to be in a Hobonichi cousin. I needed it, so I bought myself an April Start cousin and moved on in, and that's exactly what I did. And for a long time, these pages are just blank. So we get to June, and I started testing out some layouts again. So I tested out meals, what I was doing before, doing moods over here, tasks, and what I had to do that day. And then I eventually settled on events, priorities, highlights, meal tracker, and notes. I was surprised how well this worked in the coming weeks, but eventually I do away with the meal tracking, and you'll see that. So this was my first week back in after spending all of that time away from this planner, and I think it turned out pretty well. This became sort of like a highlights reel, which was really fun. Something I just wanted to remember. And you can see anything that you see sticky noted over, again, that's like something that I've journaled about. And I was just having like a really crappy day here, so I did some stickers. This is such a full spread, and I have like a memory thing, food and notes, lots of little stickers here and there. This was also kind of when I realized that like this planner is not enough for me. You can see I'm trying to track some like health and like period tracking here, but it it's not working out well, and then I didn't even track hardly anything here. It just became clear that this was like a little bit too much for one planner. Yet another habit tracker that I just like didn't use at all. This is sort of where I figured out like my stride with it. Like definitely want to do some sort of memory keeping here, events, priorities, and then just like notes here. And you'll see that reflected in the rest of them, even when I don't title it. But there was just a lot of stuff that I wanted to track, and one Hobonichi Weeks wasn't going to work. So this is when I started using it like mostly for what I was doing at work in my office job. And then I struggle for the rest of the time to fit in personal stuff. This was like, I just got one of the this was the Energel Clena, the brown one. I just got that pen. I freaked out. I love this spread. This one's really cute. And so I'm just like struggling to fit things in. This is like also one of my favorite spreads. I just love the color of this pen and how well the stickers go together. Another habit tracker that didn't work out. I bought all these stickers all these like sticky note things, and just I'm never going to use them because habit trackers are not my thing. More journaling here that I don't want to reveal. I tried to change it up here. You can see I tried to do water and medication. I was on some medication this week, and then that just didn't work. This week was so fun because it was midnights, and I actually filled out every single box on this side. That was awesome. That was really fun. This week was also really fun. I actually filled out every box. That was awesome as well. And then, yeah, just like here and there, filling it in when I can. And this is the current week. So I did vote. Hooray me. And you can see I have my weekly marker here. So I'll be filling out the following weeks until this one, and then I'll be moved into the new planner. And you can see sort of how I use it here. So once I figured out that this was the format, events, priorities, memories, notes, now I can just forward plan so easily, because if there's a note that I have that I know I need to bring up in something this week, I can do that. That's what makes this super easy and super efficient for me, is that I can really forward plan effectively now that I've figured out my system. So let's move on to the notes page. I didn't do anything with this page. I probably won't next year. We'll see. I had big plans to break down like a full like identity goal tracking system here, sort of in the vein of like Atomic Habits. If you've ever read that book, he talks a lot about like building your goals around your the identity of who you want to be. Didn't end up doing that. Life in Pixels. Yeah, I did it for 3 days. Okay. This was fun. This was a graduation tracker, and I haven't finished filling it out yet, even though, like I said, I graduated in August. But yeah, I've been copying this into planners since 2019 and just writing down the class name that I took, and then my professor information is below that, so I just covered it up with some sticky notes for the purpose of this walkthrough. But this was so satisfying to fill out semester after semester, and I got to finish it out just for my own sake. Okay, period tracker here and cycle observations. I tried to have this page in here, but it just doesn't work. Again, this is something that I really need like a digital solution for, so that I can just fill it out as soon as I remember it. It's just really helpful to have a digital solution for it instead, because I barely ever use this. Oh, and then this was another attempt at a movement tracker, and you guys can tell, I know you can tell, I see you looking at this video, I see you thinking she just copied off of Lindsay's scribbles, didn't she? Yes, I did. I think everybody who had a Hobonichi Weeks in 2022 or 2021 just copied off of Lindsay Scribbles trackers, because they were so beautiful and so small and so cute, and she made them work, but alas, not I. This was some journaling that I did, and then the notes section I use really just mostly as notes. Like I'm scribbling, I'm making random to-do lists, I'm testing out washi tape. Doing the hard thing is fucking hard. You feel me. I'm planning out Animal Crossing builds. I'm taking notes for work. I'm sketching. This was me trying to draw all the different face shapes. I think I did a pretty good job on some of these, except my diamond person just does look a little bit upsetting. A tarot reading now and then. More drawings. More work notes. More random lists. This was a tarot list, you'll see a couple of these. I think of like really good ideas for tarot decks. This is my Avatar The Last Airbender list. So like Aang would be the Fool, Roku would be the Magician, right? Leave your suggestions for Avatar The Last Airbender tarot major arcana correspondences in the comments. I'm so curious if you watch that show or care about tarot at all. I know there are a few decks like this out there, but I'm not interested in buying them. I'm just gonna make my own someday. Maybe. More Animal Crossing planning. Some job stuff. Like I said, see Harry Potter tarot. I have Harry as the Fool, Dumbledore as the Magician. Aw, Bill and Fleur as the lovers. That's cute. Hagrid as Strength. I love that. Again, leave your correspondences down below. Burnout notes on my own burnout. That's such a burnt out gifted kid thing to do. You'll see a lot of planning system notes here, and I really started that like in July because I'm crazy. More trackers that I was attempting to do did not work. More journaling. More Animal Crossing stuff. This I was like thinking about seasonally planning, and so I have all my Tombow colors that I owned, and I was just like planning what seasons they could go to. More work notes. Brain dump. This is like stuff on my IMDb type. Not IMDb. What, like film pages? No, what is it called? Myers-Briggs. Oh my god, I can't believe I said IMDb. More goals stuff. This is like my low, high energy tracker. Every once in a while, I will say you do need a weekly tracker, and so that's why I was craving the Cousin earlier this year, but I just started drawing them back here and doing what I could with them. Eventually, I do buy the Starling Ink Common Planner, and I'm going to use that next year for all my vertical planning cravings. But yeah, sometimes I just drew them back here because I really felt like I needed it. Some planning on planning, once again. Neurotypical productivity strategies, which is super helpful. If you are neurotypical, holler in the comments. General pen testing, some YouTube notes over here. I love these colors. I love them. So excited to use them some more. This is a YouTube game plan. Obviously, I had to cover it up because you guys will be seeing all of this at some point during the next year. So stay tuned, get excited. This was just like extra sticker paper. I cut off the tops of my Paper Shire sticker samplers and stuff like that so that I could fit them into this tiny little thing. I'm not above mutilating a good sticker sheet or a bad sticker sheet, whatever. Some reviews and planning routines, goals for my planning, a couple of daily logs back here. Avoid thesis. I don't know why I wrote that. That's really funny. Some brain dumps, more YouTube social stuff, another vertical weekly. I actually like this one. This one's really cute, but it was so hard to write in this tiny little column. This is all Paper Minty Studios is what I was going to say. I got these on her last release, and she'll open back up in 2023 according to her Instagram. So if you want anything, check back then. This is a piece of washi tape that actually came on some tacos that I got from a taco shop. I just thought it was funny that they used washi, which is great. More planning and goals tracking, or not tracking, but like stuff. This is, okay, so these are some notes from a seminar event that I went to on witchcraft on Halloween. It was so much fun, and it just made me want to like become a witchcraft scholar the way the speakers were witchcraft scholars. It was literally so cool. Some planner terms and video ideas. I'm just gonna like cover that up so you don't see it because it will probably be coming soon. This is like a oracle and deck reading like plan I have to try out that I learned of. Some more routine planning, and then some stuff for work that I just need to cover up. And then the rest of this didn't get used. Yeah, it did not get used. I have like what do I have down here? Biggest accomplishments per season. I didn't do that in this back page. I don't know why I thought I would remember that it was on page 199. I have some like financial stuff. I'm not really going to show the spread, but I have some financial stuff back here that, again, it's a tracker that I didn't use. I just don't use trackers. When will I learn? This is a grid spacing spread. My 100, I thought I would read 100 books. Why did I think I would read 100 books? I don't know. I only read 4, apparently. That's not true. I did read more than 4 books, but not in a way that I wrote them down, and I definitely want to read more next year and actually finish the books I start. That would be really fun. Somewhere back here is my sticky note graveyard. Where is it? Where are they? There they are. Look at that. Yeah, see, just like all the sticky notes that I have ever had in this planner live back here, along with some washi tape scraps. And that is my planner. On the back, I just stuck this little like freebie die cut sticker that I got from an Etsy order. Kind of cute. Other than that, that has been my 2022 Hobonichi Weeks mega flip through. I hope you liked it. I definitely have big plans for next year. After taking everything that I learned from this year, I'm super excited to move into my new planners for 2023. If you are interested in sticking along and hanging out with me during that, please subscribe, comment, like to keep the video in your algorithm when I post it. And if you want to see more about how I feel about this planner, I have a pros and cons video. I'll leave it linked up in the top right hand corner. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. If you made it this far in the video, leave a pen emoji. Thank you so much. I love you guys. I appreciate you. And I'll see you next week. Bye.